My friends. Welcome to another episode of the Nuculear Heatwave Wrestling Podcast, brought to you by Mafia Sports Report. I, as always, am Dr. Love. We have Sauce Bronson over there. Yep, see you over there. What's up, bro? And, of course, hey, who do we have here? We got a guest here.
Hey, is that me?
Oh, my God. What do you want to be called, Ben?
Oh,
I know.
How about we do an online polling what I should be called?
Okay, so this guy. We're going to just say, yeah.
This guy.
This guy. So, this is a spicy meatball right here.
Just call me this guy. I think that works a lot better.
I like that. I like it. So, all right. And, of course, we already have a chat here. We got Papa Mafia with a yeah. That's what I like to see. And, of course, if you yes, well, yeah, you're right back. That's what I'm talking about. So we did take a week off because of the 4th of July. We had a nice little party at my house, and it was a good time. So you know what? Now that we've all gotten back into the groove of things and wrestling continued, of course, we got a little bit to talk about.
Happy birthday, Merca.
Yep, exactly. Happy birthday to America. And it does look like we do have another chat here from a D-Town guy. Yeah, the real champion in the building. So, okay, I like to see it. I like it. So, all right. So, but yeah, so obviously last on the 1st of July, we had the Money in the Bank show, which ended up being a pretty good show, I'm not gonna lie. And so that guy, spicy meatball over here, did you get a chance to check out the show?
Yes, I did. I think I watched it with you.
Okay. Oh yes. I couldn't remember. I said it for those. All the shows started molding together. You have the money Forbidden Door. Then now you have Money in the Bank.
It was the afternoon.
The
afternoon.
There you go.
Weird. I got off work and I headed right over there. I had to watch the second half of the show before the first half.
Mm-hmm.
But that's okay. It was all equally good. I don't have real complaints about that pay-per-view. a few little nitpicks, but I enjoyed it.
And that's what we're here for. So we can figure out what we liked, we didn't like, or whatever. No. So let's just start off right from the top. You have the men's Money in the Bank match, which obviously came into with a lot of hype here, especially for the resurgence of LA Knight.
LA Knight.
And
yeah.
Let me talk to you. And then, of course, they brought in the, what's the word from Logan Paul? The
Spot Monkey. Spot Monkey.
So you have Logan Paul being brought into this, but still getting good heat. Good heat for him.
My favorite part of that entire match is when he tried to splash the guy through the ladder, and he didn't go through the ladder because he's 130 pounds.
Yep.
And his face was priceless. I'm like, hey, that's what wrestling's all about right there.
Right. Well, what's interesting, what you just brought up about the ladder spots is that no ladder is broke at all. So it's either they're not using those. Man. To me, the moves look more devastating when you don't go through the ladder.
Hell no. Let's think about that. I watched an old school. I think it was Steamboat versus Flair, and it was the match that was in Chicago. And following that match, Terry Funk attacked Flair, and he pile drove him on top of a table, and the table didn't break. And I was like, ooh. Ow! Yeah,
that probably stung a little bit right there.
I would say so because he kind of folded up like an accordion, and it's okay. I thought it was devastating, and he sold it. He's like, he sat there twitching, and yeah.
So, it's like
that reminds me all the times when guys, they go through the announce table spots, and sometimes them tables do not break. You just like,
look at their faces.
Oh yeah,
look at their faces, Sauce.
They don't look good afterwards. They're looking pretty. They
go from O to O to O.
Yep. Then they want to hide behind there, and they're in the ground, I'm in pain. Don't talk to me. Get that camera on my face.
My favorite table spot to this day, and because the table broke, was SummerSlam 2001.
Oh yeah.
Triple H going through that table. The table went underneath. And he basically got pedigree for real. Concussion.
From an elevated position.
Yeah.
If he would have got pedigreed off of the second rope.
Correct me if I'm wrong. That's basically what busted his leg, though, wasn't it? Was it that busted his leg, or no? It was him going after Jericho with the belt, I think, or something.
Yeah, that was later.
And he busted it. Okay,
that was when he got concussed.
Yeah, that was when that was Monday Night Raw, the power trip with Stone Cold, Triple H, and versus Jericho and Jericho in Canada. Man, we don't say his real name on here because he's a piece of whatever.
He put in work, but we do not condone what he did.
Right.
Yes.
But but yeah, it was that was the first. I think that was the first time he tore it, and then I forgot the second time how he tore it.
That was the second time. First time he tore it against Jeff Jarrett.
Okay.
Yeah, then I'm like, oh yeah, Jeff Jarrett went over on Triple H on this one. He lost the Intercontinental title to him. Right. And I'm like, oh well, Jeff Jarrett, I guess you have beaten some notable names, and when you weren't the booker.
Right.
I shouldn't have said that.
No, we say what we want to say.
Yes, we do.
That's what we say.
Yes.
But going on with this match, though, I thought this match was pretty good, but we already kind of had a feeling. Well, I thought we had a feeling about how the match was going to run a little bit.
My guy didn't win.
It's like my guy didn't. Don't listen. My guy didn't win either.
I had two people that I really wanted to win, and obviously one of them was LA Knight because the guy is the hottest thing right now. I mean, flat out, in my mind, he is. And then Shinsuke. I wanted Shinsuke to win too. Yeah, Shinsuke deserves it. And
there were some really cool spots in this match. But then the problem is when you see stuff like this in some good spots, then you see a spot that I know it was a botch, but they tried to save it. That the whole Ricochet Logan Paul spot, right?
Yeah.
Where it clearly looks like Ricochet got kind of like what was supposed to happen. They were supposed to fall off. He already, if you look at reviews, his legs are already ready to get on that top rope to
they were supposed to springboard onto the other ladders, I believe.
Yeah, it's either
I didn't see the blueprint.
Yeah, to me it looks more like he was both supposed to put their legs on the second rope, then they were supposed to bounce up and then go into whatever, like the Spanish Fly type C4 move or whatnot.
Right, but I mean, they got to realize. I mean, I get it. It was a really cool concept, but this isn't Super Mario. You're not gonna. I mean, there's physics involved in this. You got two grown men coming off a ladder, angled at a area that's about this big. Okay, about that big. And I'm supposed to springboard off that and do a flip. I mean, I get it. It's possible, but I mean, like, I'll give Logan Paul credit on that.
Well, they worked on the fly there to get that move to even pull it off to get something on it. So,
real quick, guys. I'm sitting here watching NXT on mute.
NXT breaking news. NXT.
What better way to show that you have? What better way to show that one of your superstars is a top heel than to have him come out with tights that literally have the word "badass" on the front? I can't think of no other way. I don't know how Triple H did it as a heel. I don't know how The Rock did it as a heel. I don't know how MJF's doing it as a heel because he doesn't have badass written on his sleeve.
Who is it?
Oh, Brian Breaker, my bad.
He's a heel now?
Oh yeah, he's been a heel
since Mania.
Beat Carmelo Hayes in that first match, and then he became a heel. And we all kind of were confused about it, but
he came a heel right after he lost his belt at WrestleMania, which was stupid. But once again, I'm just saying, there's no better way to show the audience that your guy's a heel other than having the word "badass" on it. I don't know how Ric Flair did it in the 70s.
Not Mr. Ass.
Not
badass.
Wait,
I don't know how Vader was able to be a heel for all these years. I don't know how these guys do it because they didn't have badass written on their stuff.
Wait, did Vader have something that said badass? I just said it said Vader time on there.
I don't even know what we don't even know. Yo, there we go. We have to do research.
We get our top guys on it.
Top guys,
that
right?
means us. Yeah, at Wikipedia.
Hey, Nicopedia's right here. We got it. We got this. But with this match, though, what I can say is this: the end of the match did how they kind of framed it really well, so you couldn't tell who was going to win. Yeah,
that was good. I didn't expect it,
but no one expected Damian Priest to win. I'll tell you that for sure. I know, we all were booing. We all.
So who are you going for?
I was going for LA Knight. Anybody else deserves tomatoes.
Yes. So they did. But I'll tell you something. As for the match itself, it was 20 minutes long. Which
it wasn't overdrawn.
It was it wasn't too much. So I'll give it that. Even with the little botch move, even they worked it. There was a couple good spots there, like
I would say
what you were talking about.
Match. Yeah, I would say the solid match on that.
I'd give it a 3. I'd say to me personally, 3 headlocks would be a good score.
Guys
for that
did their
match.
job. Yeah.
So Doc, you want to explain to the audience real quick how we do this?
Oh yeah, of course. So we don't do stars here. We're not no Meltzer. We don't do stars here. I don't give 400,000 stars. We don't do that here.
No,
we don't do that here.
We don't do that here. Apparently,
we don't. We do headlocks and we do chops and then other random things that kind of pop up for a match.
Well, what's better than? I mean, is a headlock better than a chop?
Well, a chop's a half point. So in the sense, if you have a chop, like a Ric Flair or a Khali chop, if the match is bad, we always kind of make it up.
Garvin.
Right? Yeah, Ronnie Garvin. Yeah. So the chop is just a half point.
A Gunther chop is
a Gunther chop.
That's
yeah,
like 2 points.
So basically,
man's hands this
but
big.
if you get if something that's a 1 star, that's a cheeks. That's a bad, and it's not good at all. Now, if the match is horrific beyond every comparable thing you could think of, that's a Shockmaster. And I'll tell you, and I think we've only given out 2 Shockmasters the entire time.
Last time I was guest star, we did a shot.
There we go. So
I believe that was at was that AEW pay-per-view?
It probably was an AEW pay-per-view. Now that I think about it, I can't even remember. Was it Jade Cargill?
It was.
It might have been Jade Cargill.
Hey, she's gotten 2 Shockmasters now.
So that's basically it, and then obviously you can see if you get over 5, you got man meat worthy. So it really just, like I said, it just depends on the match, and then we can maybe do like some kind of funny little, like Daniel Garcia, he found the fun little dancing thing.
I got a graphic to go on the screen that has him doing.
Oh yeah, we'll work on that because that works.
There you go,
engineers.
Right there.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, there it was.
Yeah, that was. Hey, you know what? On the fly, it worked really well. So,
yes.
But that's basically how we do our rating system. And for me, for this match, 3 headlocks. I think it was solid. They did their job, and yeah.
And then out there in internet land, let us know how you rated it.
Yep.
Look at our meat chart and see.
Hey, the meat chart.
Look at our meat chart. The meat chart. I like that.
So
Google meat chart. Oh wait a minute. Maybe don't do that. Don't do that.
So Mr. Guy, what you want to rate it?
Me? I would say 3.
3? Okay, 3 across the board.
They did their job. I think I was butthurt that Knight didn't win. And he really they didn't give him a lot of shine in that match either.
Not until the end.
No, he shined at the end because they really teased the hell out of him.
Oh, yeah.
They're like, he's going to win. And then Damian Priest.
Yeah, they had him do the ladder spot where they're like pushing him, then he pushed them. Then, exactly. But you're right. They didn't give him too many big spots.
You know what I think I like so much about LA Knight is his moves are basic, but everything looks crisp and good.
Yep.
And the man can talk.
Oh, he can.
And he looks like a wrestler.
And he's been like that for just so many years.
And I'm like, come on, man. Where you been?
Stuck in Impact to TNA's purgatory. Oh, man. Sauce, what do you got for it? I see you put a 3. Is that what you got?
Yeah, 3. These guys did their job. Once again, I'm a Logan Paul fan. He came in, did his thing. I mean, how many other celebrities, maybe Bad Bunny might be up to it. How many other celebrities, come in and do some ladder spots?
I don't think McAfee. I don't think McAfee could do all the high flying spots. He's entertaining. Man. He's entertaining, but
he might do 1 or 2. 1, 2. But you're not going to see Snooki out there doing a ladder spot. You're not going to see.
Oh God, you're referencing that.
Actually, Knoxville might do a ladder spot. I give him credit for that.
Yeah,
but to go to the extent that Logan Paul goes through,
No, I wouldn't doubt Knoxville will probably do a tack spot either.
You know what? I would bring back Knoxville for one purpose only. I bring him back just to have Braun Breaker come in and then spear the living shit out of him. Destroy him.
I liked it when they brought him back very briefly, and Sami Zayn was a face at the time, and they were trying to talk, and he was trying to hash it out, and Knoxville didn't want anything to do with it.
No.
And Zayn's like, man, what an asshole. I I'm glad you recalled that, man.
Yep.
I'm really. It's just like what they did with Pete Rose.
Yep.
Where Pete Rose kept on getting tombstoned by Kane.
For no reason.
Like well, I know he got tombstone for a reason.
Well, it was, but the fact they brought him in and then
he was trashing Boston at WrestleMania
that
14.
That cheap Pete, baby.
And he just showed up just like a chicken.
I like to live in a world where we see Pete Rose do a Canadian destroy somebody off a ladder. Let's go.
I love it.
Let's go.
All right, so let's move on to our next match, which I know Sauce was looking forward to. That's Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez versus Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler for the Women's Tag Team Championship. Sauce, take it away. That's your favorite match tonight.
Oh, yeah. Here's my thoughts about the match. Back to you, Doc.
So here, I will say two things about this match. When we did our predictions, I had predicted that the Shayna Baszler and Ronda Rousey were going to win, leave. Then Raquel Rodriguez was going to turn heel on Liv, and it was going to be a big, and it would have been like huge for Raquel.
You were wrong.
I was wrong. I don't think anybody saw what was going to happen. So
it was like came out of nowhere.
It basically was the opposite of what happened.
But I mean, there was no setup for it.
We talked about that. There was no setup. So basically, Liv, Raquel win, obviously, and then Baszler thankfully turned on I'm sorry, they didn't win yet. It was during the match. And then that set up for the win. But it's like, where did that come from? Yeah. There was not one promo of them having dissension. There was nothing that caused anything about this.
Nothing in the least. I was kind of like, okay.
I know.
And
so here's my reasoning for it why I think it happened that way is that in normal circumstances, we'll have storylines drag out for a little bit of time to do that. Ronda is on a certain contract where she's not done. She's done soon, probably after this feud.
Hopefully for good. I mean, I'm sorry. She's that chick.
Oh, you're not the only one. She sucks. We all want her to go away.
We've definitely talked about her here on the podcast and how, at one point, early in her career, I did defend her a little bit.
Well, you didn't know her attitude at that point.
Exactly. She looked like she learned the business. I was watching her as I never knew her as a UFC superstar
until she got knocked out.
Well, no, that's why I'm talking about just her notoriety.
Oh.
Hey, I watched both of those. I watched both of those fights. She got knocked out.
She got knocked out.
Crowd went ballistic.
Wholeheartedly.
Yep.
It's not like, I got caught. The chick dominated her and then knocked her out.
Oh, absolutely.
And I want to see it again.
I
go back.
There's a rumor that apparently she's training to go back.
God bless. I hope it's good. Go back.
Well,
regain your confidence.
She needs more than an armbar if she wants to do that. She needs more than an armbar because.
Oh, you talking about hole number 5 armbar.
Number 7. Greatest spot on WCW Nitro ever. I know what you're referencing.
Another armbar. Move number 8. Punch. Move number 9. No.
Poke in the eye.
But so the match, it was a surprise to me, but now all it's going to do is set up for the obviously eventual Ronda Rousey Baszler.
And Baszler's going to go over.
Match. Oh yeah, Baszler has to go over because Ronda's pretty much done. So
that's a bathroom break match.
Yes, it is. It's like, oh my god.
That's not good for Baszler. She deserves better. So maybe just get this gone and then maybe they'll push her more.
I will give Rousey one little bit of credit. I did appreciate the Dragon Ball Z call out with her get up, and I'm like, oh, Dragon Ball Z.
And she's always been a fan, even when she was at WrestleMania in the audience, and she came out with Rock. She had her shirt, right? What was it? Something
over 9,000. Over 9,000.
Yeah. She's a fan, she's a true fan. So
now I'm a fan too. But not of the episodes where they talk for 2 episodes long, bragging about how awesome they are. I mean, don't get me wrong; it gives you some material if you ever want to brag about yourself. But overall, I like the fighting on the show more than anything.
Well, that's why you got. I mean, not to go out too far off subject. That's why you got to watch Dragon Ball Kai because they get rid of like 25 episodes worth of just stuff you don't need to worry about.
Noted.
Yeah. So if you have somebody who's never seen Dragon Ball Z, have them watch Kai.
Okay.
There's some money. Basically, it's quicker, easier, gets right to the point.
Yeah.
But let's get back to wrestling.
So basically, well, I'll tell you right now, the match was just after that happened. It was boring. Then that happened. You're like, oh, I'm excited. Then they win. So really, there was to me nothing much on this match.
Glad they're not doing Liv Morgan hardcore psycho gimmick anymore.
I know. I want that back. Trust me, that was that worked for her. That worked for her gimmick. And Raquel has to turn heel because it's the only way it's going to get her out of this character. This like smiling character, and it's like you're a beast. You can just you're a beast. Well, hopefully we'll see it sooner than later. Match.
Come on, Doc.
One.
Give it the Shockmaster.
Nope. One headlock. It gets the cheeks. Definitely not a Shockmaster. Especially with the heel turn against Ronda. Yeah, it's not the heel turn I wanted, but at least Ronda on the way out.
I'm not going to try and run with the herd on this, but I'm going to agree with you guys on this. I would have gave it 2 if not for that weird ass finish.
Yeah, it was also weird.
It was such a weird finish. It's like, hey, guess what? We missed the cue where I'm supposed to hit you accidentally or something like that.
Yeah, because they wanted that double finishing move type situation. It was like weird. I don't know. So, but yeah, that's see, look, we can be in agreement. I'd say. Yes.
So Mr.
You won. I said I would have chosen.
Whoa! Yeah, he said he definitely.
Do not quote me on that.
Don't quote him on that. That's funny. Oh, that's funny. I like it. But moving on, we do have the next match, which was Gunther versus Matt Riddle for the Intercontinental title. And again, I'm always a fan of seeing the Intercontinental title defended on the match.
It was short and sweet. I like that match a lot. Yep. Showed Gunther's dominance, and Riddle shines too. I mean, he was hurt going in there. They gave a reason why it was so short.
Yep. So the match itself was only about 7 minutes and 45 seconds long. So, but you could see it, the technicians on there working on the leg, the knee continually, and then winning off of that.
Yes, it's exactly what happened. And it furthered not only the storyline, but also characters.
I'll tell you something. Now, people like Gunther. He's really over now, but then there's some people that see this match and they're like, oh, well, it was kind of a waste. Cool. Have that same match happen in 2001 with Kurt Angle against anybody, and they'd say it was a great match. They'd say it was an amazing match. They would, because that's how I looked at the match. I looked at it like a technician, submission technician, even though he's not really, but he made it work. And again, it was a short and sweet match, but it still was very entertaining for that little bit.
I forget what Gunther's finishing move is.
He still uses the power bomb. Yep, he uses the power bomb.
It's generic wrestler number one's move. Yeah, I get
it. But he does. He has his clothesline. Clothesline from Germany or Austria or whatever.
From Austria. The CFA? CFA.
Mosby clothesline from 7 Mile.
7 Mile clothesline.
Oh my God.
Yep.
But so to me, it was a good match. I'd give it a 3.5 for sure.
I'd give it a 4.
Yep, 4. See, there we go.
I'm not 4 and a chop. No, 3 and a chop.
Yep, 3. Yep, 3 and a Gunther chop.
So that makes 4. So it's 4. Yeah.
So here, I'll give you a chop. Right? No, I'm kidding. You here you go. I'll take it. We'll take it. Let's go.
Oh, these guys are hitting each other with chairs.
I know. In the basement. Well, look, to be fair, hit me hard, I can hit harder. Scouting, I think he might cry.
He's dainty.
He's dainty.
He's dainty.
Oh my gosh. But what do you think, Sauce? What did you think about it, the match?
Listen, we got a match of bros and man meets, okay? Yeah. 7 minutes. And like you said, the way that they did this match, I wasn't mad at it. Worked the injury, worked the legs. And this is where, once again, Gunther is your guy. This is why he's established. At this point, he's beyond mid card. He might as well be, he's upper card, still working his mid card belt. I would like to get to a point where eventually let's go ahead and get this belt off him and let him go out to Seth Rollins.
Yeah, I agree. Absolutely. I think he is ready to go to that bigger picture, especially with Imperium, because he can do the crap where they're like, He only won because of Imperium. Well, yeah. What do you think the Bloodlines have been doing for the last couple of
Exactly.
3 years.
3 years, yeah.
And that's where I'm hoping that they do finalize the split of the tag team belts.
Mm-hmm.
The rumor is that they're going to go back to the old WWE tag team titles and the world tag team titles they did in the 2004 or
Are they going to be the
whatnot.
big medallions
2003.
no more?
That's the rumor. They're going to split back into 2 separate designs for the Raw and SmackDown. Well, I say Raw and SmackDown, but
no, just do what they did back in the day. Have the world title, then you have the United States tag team titles.
yeah. But I know.
I'm just kidding, because then everybody's like, "Oh, that's not as good as the world."
Nah.
Like, yeah,
Well, that's why, like I said, when they had those belts, when they had the like the world tag team champion and the WWE tag team champion.
yeah.
Then you had some good matches with those belts, and if they do that, because they've already done it with now the belts now, the women's belt and the women's titles are the same now. When you do that, if that happens, now you have a lot of tag teams, including Imperium, could easily be tag team dominant champions for a bit.
You got to wait for Gunther to lose that title.
You know,
I think they realized that they were getting kind of stagnant when the Usos had all the belts and Reigns had all the belts. And I'm like, Solo Sikoa is going to win both the U.S. title and the Intercontinental title.
And then they had it in that the North American title in NXT, but then for a week or not even a week, and then he had to give it up. So it was like, you know. So he easily could have been champion too. They thought about it too. They thought about probably giving him a belt, but he was too much of a muscle. Doesn't need the belt.
The only heel group that I think it really worked for was the Undisputed Era. That is of the modern age. That is my favorite heel faction.
They were great.
I liked it on Evolution too, because Triple H. Triple H was your world heavyweight, and then you had Batista and Ric Flair as the tag team champions, and it kind of worked because Batista was the muscle. And it kind of worked with Ric Flair because, a veteran like Rick, can kind of get them pointers while they're in their tag matches. And then Randy Orton's the future, so you give them the workers belt was the Intercontinental. So
they were great.
That's the WWE workers belt. The true workers belt is the television.
There you go. There you go.
But before we go on, I will say I would like to, when they split up the tag belts, I'll just keep it as Raw and SmackDown, Raw tag belt and SmackDown tag belt. Even because it has to be WWE and World and all that, just keep them respective Raw belts.
Well, my only reason why I changed that is so then you don't have to worry about the wrestler doesn't have to switch shows. I guess it doesn't have to be a big deal about switching shows.
I don't know. That. Like you got the two brands, I get it, but how about people don't be babies? And if you're going to keep it undisputed, work both shows.
Hey, that was always my thought. Always,
that's my thought on it too. Have a champion, both of them.
My thought was that when they first did that split, they said that the main champion, main women's champion, and the tag champion should be working both shows. And then all the other belts, the Intercontinental, U.S. title, European at the time, briefly
would be a specific show.
Yeah. So, but that's neither here nor there.
And all the titles need to be defended on pay-per-views. I'm a firm believer in this.
We'll get to that in a second too. Some of our other news. But so what did you say you rated this one, Sauce?
I'm giving it 3 headlocks. He did his job.
I like it. I like to see that. Now moving on, we do have the we got Dirty Dom Dominic versus Cody Rhodes.
One of the best heels going right now.
Oh yeah,
Dominic's doing a great job.
This Nuclear Heat is just. I mean, you can't buy that. Right?
No, that was a good ass match. I would give it a 3 and a chop.
Yeah, it actually ended up being a pretty good match. It was still interesting because maybe not all of us, but a lot of us assumed that Brock Lesnar was going to have something to do with this match.
Interfere and cost him the match.
Yeah. I mean, I could have seen it because basically the day after, they already started setting up for the rubber match for SummerSlam. So it's I thought for sure that would have been the catalyst for it. Whether Brock Lesnar was even busy, was he did something else do? Did he not want to do it?
He had to deal with his cattle, man.
He's got his cattle. He's got his cat.
It's just another example of part-time stuff that I don't like. I mean, I get it. They push tickets. I get. It's like Goldberg coming back on Raw.
Yeah.
Oh boy, that's what I want to see. Goldberg versus Dolph Ziggler.
Or then with Edge, and Edge just came back this past week on the Grayson Waller Effect show, and it's like, all right, Edge, cool. I don't know what else to say. I don't like. Yeah, Edge. I personally don't know what else to say.
Like, I was so stoked when Edge came back because he showed up on Raw.
Yep.
And he was there consistently, for a month or two.
Yep.
And I'm like, cool, he's actually doing a run. But then he started doing the pay-per-views.
Yeah.
Just the pay-per-views. And I'm like,
Well, you got to remember, he already had his greatest match of all time already. He already had against Randy Orton. Sauce, you remember that, right? The greatest match of all time.
At the training. Yeah,
that's just me. That's me just like putting my head down. I don't even know what to say about that anymore.
Oh, real quick, fellas. Dragunov went over on Braun Breaker clean, and he's now the number one. Now he's getting ready to face Carmelo Hayes for the
wait a minute. Who did?
Let's say Dragunov.
Dragunov went over Braun Breaker clean.
Yeah,
nice. And I like Dragunov. Ilya Dragunov.
That means Breaker's showing up at SummerSlam.
Oh, that would be nice right there. Now, hey, there we go. We got this guy. This guy. See what I'm saying? See how this works? This guy already got this working. But if he went over on clean, that's a big win right there. That's a big win over him. So
because it was no more contender match, so he went over clean, and now he faces Hayes on July 30th, Great American Bash for the NXT belt now.
Very cool. Very cool.
They brought that pay-per-view back.
Oh yeah, well it's such a good show. But with the match, with this Cody match, I'd give it a 3. I thought the match was pretty entertaining. It's Cody. It had everything. You had the stuff with Rhea Ripley, which is just golden. It's great to look at her. It's her as a heel manager / wrestler. It's kind of funny because she works both so good right now.
Yeah, she really does.
And it just everything works so good on this match.
Real quick, fellas, guess who's on NXT right now? Talking to the North American champion.
Honky Tonk Man.
Nope. Dom and Rhea. Dom challenge.
Oh
like
he
might be challenging my man for the belt.
What?
Wesley? Yes. Over here.
Wait, Dominic is challenging him for the belt?
Yes, for the North. Yeah.
Oh my God. Please put the title on him. Oh my God, please put the title on him.
It's going to give that title a little more prestige. I love the North American title. I think it's a great belt.
Oh yeah.
If that happens, belt too. Wait, are they saying it's happening tonight?
Well, it's on mute, so I couldn't really tell.
Oh, it's on mute. Sorry. We get the breaking.
But it's funny. But it's funny that it's funny that we bring it up, Dom and Rhea, and they show up on it. They literally backstage and they see talking to Wesley.
So if you see something like that happen, if they're breaking and he wins, that you gotta just be like, stop! Breaking news.
Put it on the scroll at the bottom.
Gotcha.
I know, right? We need like a effect up here that will show like breaking news. Oh my god!
Like a rotating graphic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But so Sauce, what do you think about this match though that happened with Dominic and Cody? Did it help?
It was a fun match.
Was
you got the Chicken Hill versus the Golden Boy.
Yeah,
then you got you got Rhea in the mix. Basically this match writes and produces itself. So
yep.
And Dom is the best heel. Well, I should say Dom is the second best heel in the business right now.
Who's the first?
And who would have thought this, a year ago?
Right.
No, I didn't expect him to turn him heel at all.
Or even be as over as he is as a heel. Like nobody saw this coming a year ago.
No, not at all. No. Still remember when he Clash at the Castle and then he did the low blow on Ray. I was like, oh.
I figured he was going to turn heel at that. Well, at that point,
yeah.
Well, at that point, after he did the low blow, he's going to turn heel, and then he'll end up like Maven, just be heel. No one cares about it, and just drift off to the sunset. No, now every week, this man is like he draws more heat than MJF.
He does. I agree with you on that. MJF is like not getting as much heat as he used to.
Well, he's like the corporate. He's like the Rock, the corporate champion Rock, where you just root for him now.
Yeah. Then they put him with Adam Cole.
Oh, speaking about Dominic, Dirty Dominic, guess who got pissed off about him because saying that he stole my moniker.
Who?
So this past week they start referring to him as Dirty Dominic. Dutch Mantel.
Oh God.
Said, well, I can't believe they took my name. I used to wrestle under Dirty. And like, get over yourself. Get out of here.
Dutch, are you wrestling now?
Yeah, get out of here.
Listen here, Zip Culture. Okay, first of all, anybody who's been these young people now, they only know you as Zip Culture. They don't even know you past that. No one knows you as a dirty Dutch man.
Yes,
okay? So relax.
Students of the game know that, but the casual fan doesn't.
No,
AKA the WWE fan doesn't.
I thought that was funny that he's going to be mad about that now. It's like, really? Come on, get out of here. So, yeah, trust me. They're going to be mad about anybody else. Like in Impact Wrestling, you have Fandango goes by Dirty Dango. Guess who he didn't complain about? He didn't complain about him there.
Well,
and yes, I'm bringing up Fandango.
I've got to move my head this way because it's impossible.
But Summer Rae was his main one he had. So
I actually prefer No Way Jose over
oh my gosh. Wait, No Way Jose or Adam Rose?
Adam Rose.
Oh, Rose all day.
There we go. Oh my God.
It's not even a thought.
No.
Granted, they didn't really give No Way Jose a legitimate chance because I think he's on TV for like 2 or 3 weeks. They were just like, yeah, this ain't gonna work.
Did the conga line twice, and people were like, yeah, that got old real quick.
Very quick.
Because all they thought about was Adam Rose.
Yep.
All right. So moving back on to the show. We do have the women's Money in the Bank match with Io Sky, Bayley, Becky Lynch, Trish Stratus, Zelina Vega, and Zoe Stark.
So who thought Trish was going to win this match? Who did? Raise your hand. Nobody?
No.
No one thought that, mainly because of how they're booking the whole Becky Trish rematch, which knowing that neither one could win. But they did do a good job in this match pushing that storyline further.
Yes, that was good.
They did, and especially with now the fans are more behind Io Sky than ever, compared to, remember how we talked about Backlash, the massive pop that she was getting there, and I'm happy that they're finally recognizing her ability. And the fact that she won, I was happy, but the way she won, like this match was entertaining. This was more entertaining than the men's match.
I'll give it 3.
I thought this match was definitely more entertaining. Like it had some fun spots in it, and you have people that are going to work. Like Zoe Stark's in that match, and they're like, "Guess what? You're working. You're going to be taking some spots here." And
yes, you are.
She took a spot from Zelina Vega, taking the Code Red, like basically the power bomb, the flip over power bomb off the
Canadian Destroyer,
basically. But
the move that everybody uses
But what happened was, if you looked at it, when she did it off the ladder onto the platform ladder, Zoe Stark's head got like pushed under the rung of it, like inside the rung. So when she hit, she snapped back. I was like, oh my gosh.
Yeesh.
But what I thought was cool was this: Zelina Vega, they're pushing her. She's gonna work too. She's little, but she wants to work. They even referenced it too. Well, her cousin being the Amazing Red at the show. I almost lost it when I heard that.
Well, is he still working?
I believe he's still working. Yes, but I have not seen him work. I don't know where he's at right now.
Back in the day, I was on a show with him before.
Yeah,
I didn't know if he still worked.
Yeah, it's so hearing that was too cool to hear. But obviously, you got then Bayley, the whole Bayley Io Sky. Where again, another prediction I had was the end was going to be Io Sky and Bayley, and then Io Sky knocks her out. She wants it, kind of breaking up Damage Control for sure.
Nah, Damage Control. They need to keep it.
But exactly. So now they're still kind of doing their thing, and the ending was the best because you had Io Sky actually handcuffing Becky Lynch and Bayley, right? Was it to each other, and then through the ladder so that they couldn't climb the ladder.
Yep, that was good.
It was one of the funniest spots I've ever seen because their faces, they looked like children in a timeout. Yes. They did look like they were in a timeout. Oh my gosh.
Is it just me, or does it seem like pro wrestling keeps stealing like superhero team names for like their factions?
Mm-hmm.
You mean like Damage Control,
yep.
X Factor?
Yep. Okay, we bring up now we're bringing up X Factor. Like, he just get out. Get out. Hold on. Do I have something
this guy.
This guy. It's like this guy. He's done. Let's go.
Done.
So with that being said, Sauce, what would you what are your thoughts on that? What would you rate this, man?
Listen, once again, women came out here. Women did their thing. There was no bathroom break required. With that being said, I'm giving these ladies 3.5 chops. The person who I predicted was gonna win won. I got to see Zoe Stark. Love me some Zoe. I hope she progresses further than Damian Priest. Oh, she has a better career than Damian Priest. Oh, she wins more belts than Damian Priest. Oh, she gets more TV time than Damian Priest. Okay, that's just how I feel.
I don't think Sauce likes Damian Priest.
I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say you don't like Damian Priest very much.
You might be onto something.
That was pretty on the nose.
How funny.
Well, overall, these women did their thing. Like, and I do agree, this match was actually better than the men's. And yeah, shout out to Io Sky. And yeah, she's slowly becoming the songbird of our generation.
And guess what? At this point, you already have a great match in the booking right now. Her versus Asuka.
Yeah,
I mean, that is good. Like, if Asuka holds onto that belt right now, and she should have Io Sky face her. Oh my God, these women, let them run it. They could tear down because they'll just sit there for 5 minutes in a promo speaking in Japanese, like swearing at each other, which they've done. Yep. They did this already before in promos.
Asuka is one of the top 3 female workers they have in the company, like flat out.
Yeah.
If not the best.
Yep. I still say if she didn't get injured and have to drop the NXT Women's title, she would have brought it up. She would have brought it up to the main roster or something. Yeah. Like there was nobody at that time that could have beat her legitimately.
No.
Yeah. Obviously in wrestling, if they want to take it off.
Undefeated in NXT.
Undefeated NXT. And it took a while for her to even be losing the main roster.
She had to lose to Charlotte Flair, though.
Well, yeah, everyone has to lose to Charlotte, don't they? Everyone has to friggin' lose to Charlotte.
I like the figure 8. I think that's a cool play on her dad's move.
Yeah. I liked when Andrade did it on Collision. That was fun.
That was good.
That was a nice little like, watch Collision.
I did it better than you.
I promise it'll be good. I promise. It's like, okay.
So much better than you.
She probably didn't even watch it. She probably like just torrented it or something. She doesn't want to give them the views. But
speaking of real quick, I did check out Fight Forever on Switch because I knew that was gonna be like the worst version. Actually, like playability is pretty solid. I ain't gonna hold you up. I finally got a wrestling game I can take on the go.
I saw.
All right.
So one of these days we'll definitely get together, check it out. But I purposely wanted to get the worst version and playing it in portable mode on the go. Like
now, tell me,
it does exactly what it needs to do.
When one of the Young Bucks, when they super kick somebody, do fireworks come out of their feet?
Thank God no, because then my Switch might shut itself off.
Wow.
It would be too much to handle at that point.
They might update. There might be DLC. I'm just saying. There might be.
Y'all see this thing? Like, I know y'all saw that video I posted on group chat of the stadium, the trailer for the stadium, and then that Steve Harvey reaction face I made. That was I was just like, dear God, they put Fortnite in wrestling, and I'm here for it.
Yeah.
Well, that happened.
Oh my gosh.
Moving along.
Yeah.
Oh, Doc, what's your rating?
What's up?
What's your rating?
I'm sorry. 3.5. It was a solid match. It was more entertaining than the men's match. Had some funnier spots in it, and everything furthered storylines that are in the working. So I'm all for it. So 3.5 will be for me.
Okay.
I'm not gonna lie. It's a little off topic, but you guys like It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Yes.
Okay.
I love the show.
Okay.
I adore it.
The episode when they were trying to do the party, the flyer for the party, and it was a bicep.
Yeah.
That's all I can think about right now. Hey, want to go to this cool party? It's a pink flyer. It looks yeah. Oh my God. Now that's literally what it looks like. You turn to your side like, that's what it looks like. So, oh man. But so moving on, we do have the WWE World Title match.
This should have been the last match on the card. Just saying.
I know.
I agree.
We have Seth Rollins versus Finn Balor.
But it's not a secondary world title. But we're going to make it go.
Yeah, we're not going to have it go. Yeah, we're not going to have it there. And, exactly. You're right. It's like, you're right about that.
I give it Seth Rollins 4 headlocks.
Yep, the match was a solid match. These guys know how to work with each other. The storyline building up to it has been great. It's been great. Like bringing up the real life match they had for the Universal title.
Oh, you mean when Seth Rollins was on his "I'm going to shelve people" freaking run?
Yep. And then he goes, "Hey, at least I had it
span.
more longer than a day." Ha ha!
That is awesome. I'm glad you used to capitalize that.
Oh yeah, exactly. So the match itself was a solid match, but it's only 12.5 minutes long. I want more from it, so
that's why I chose 4 on there because it wasn't long.
Yep, I'd say to me there should be a rubber match. But as of
there will not be a rubber match. I don't think there will.
Well, here's the thing about that. I think there should be, but get this: there isn't even a world title match scheduled now for SummerSlam. There is not.
There might be.
Well, I know, and we're still weeks away. I understand that, but I'm telling you, as of right now, everything that's booked up for it. I mean, it's already got like 9 matches, and that's not even one of them. Tag team titles not even booked on there.
But wait, it's not a secondary world title.
Not a secondary title, but apparently it can't even be on the Big 4 show of the year.
Yeah.
Oh, I made myself sad. Oh. But we'll be talking about that. It's not in the weeks to come, we'll be talking more about that. As for the match, it's a solid match. These guys know how to work.
Yes,
the one thing I know it's annoying though.
Damian Priest coming out.
Oh well,
I'm just joking.
Actually,
that added flavor to it.
It did a little bit. No, my problem is this: both these guys utilize sling blades as a move.
Yes.
So when you get both of them in a match, you get like 7 sling blades in a match.
I would have loved to see them both go for it at the same time,
and then like hit each other.
Yeah.
or miss each other.
Well,
right?
or miss each other, or you could do it to where it looked like almost like a double clothesline. They were both going for the sling blade.
So yeah. When you see too many of those, I get a little like, okay, I get it. It's a sling blade.
Yeah, well, I feel the same way with Canadian Destroyer.
Oh, trust me, we talked about that.
Canadian Destroyer.
Feel that way too now. What once used to be just almost a rarity, pristine move. Now everybody and their mama got in their repertoire, and I'm just like, oh, okay.
That Ring of Honor show though, where literally there was six in the whole show. 6. I mean, there was 2 in the opening match.
Here's the crazy
with Commander.
I'll tell you right now, there is a move that they haven't used in a while, at least only on WWE. That is one of the most devastating moves ever, and I really wish people would start using it, but really not a lot of people do, is the pile driver. Yes, it got a bad name because Owen Hart almost killed Stone Cold with it.
Yeah.
But, I mean, like, the normal pile driver is relatively safe to do.
I think the problem is that when certain wrestlers have that move for so long, Undertaker and Kane, obviously.
Oh, no, that's okay.
I know that, but what I'm saying is I think it takes someone a long time to get a signature move. Like, how long did it take for someone to consistently use the rock bottom. Like Bray Wyatt used the version of the Uranagi Slam when it still wasn't exactly the same. Like it.
Oh,
right
yeah,
now,
but,
you
but
should.
The difference you're saying is you're talking about the tombstone. I'm talking about the straight up pile driver like Jerry Lawler did.
Oh, okay,
or
gotcha.
the pulling like the
I got
the
you.
Mick Foley.
Yeah,
I'm gonna give you a wedgie and turn it into a pile driver.
Exactly. Okay, no, I got you. And you're right. You don't see it that often.
See it all.
No, I see what you're saying, and that would be something nice to see to be slowly utilized in a match like that. You're pulling out all the stops, and then you pull that like bam, you slam them down.
Yeah, I mean, like the best example of that was. You remember the Iron Man match between Triple H and The Rock?
Yep.
Oh, yeah. Triple H busted the pile driver out like at the 45-minute mark, and he got a fall from it. I'm like, yeah,
yep,
hell yeah, that's what I'm talking about right there. And The Rock sold it like a champ.
Yep.
So,
a match like that, I could see that being pulled out. Honestly, in this rubber match that's going to happen with Cody and Brock Lesnar, I could see Cody pulling that out on Lesnar out of nowhere. Just to like knock him out, and then Cody's out too for a bit.
The problem
like
is he couldn't do it to him though because Brock's traps are in the way. Like his traps are on his thighs and his on top of his head.
Well, that's where it's like depending on how it's done. But yeah, I get what you're saying. I got what you're saying, man.
Well, that's like when John Cena won. I think only one time in his life, my man pulled out a Hurricanrana.
He did a Hurricanrana.
Yeah, it's like he sent us that one in the group chat. About Hulk Hogan in Japan. I'm like, where the hell is Hulk Hogan doing this shit over here?
Right now,
he looked brutal in there. He looked good, man. His chain wrestling was on point. I'm like, be lazy Hulkster.
Well, here, not to go too off topic on this, I don't want to say that too far. I want to say that they saw in what he could do, but they didn't want that much wrestling here. They nerfed it. That's the best way to say it, is you have to be very simple with your matches because we're
punch, body slam, big boot, leg drop.
And Hogan didn't. It's like say later, hey, I can do it, but let me add another move
he's
here.
Like, he's like, I don't get the bump the entire match. Okay.
Honestly, that's not where that came from. Is that he knew he could do the stuff. But once he realized he was getting all that money for not taking these massive bumps, he's like, "Come on."
Yeah, I get you. I understand that.
But yeah, it's good to see that though. It was good to see him in the New Japan.
It was refreshing. Sauce made my day when he said that to me.
But for this match though, I'd say I'd give it a 4 headlock.
All right.
4 headlock out of 5. I still think there's going to be a rematch. If there's not, I'm not going to be that mad about it because there's other contenders at this point. But
Balor needs another world title run. The guy is a workhorse. He always puts in good stuff. I mean, hell, he got his head stapled to back up when he wrestled.
Well, he wrestled the rest of that match while he was like gashed. I mean, it was a match. I'll tell you right now, if his face wasn't painted, his face would have looked painted. He would have had the crimson mask because, I mean, he was so gashed open. And, oh my, because I knew it too. The second that Edge hit him with that ladder, I said, he's busted. He's way.
Yeah, Edge was a jerk with that.
He threw that. Oh my god.
Edge was a jerk with throwing that ladder.
Get jerk. What a jerk face.
Big jerk. So anyway, going to the.
So let's move on from this. To
the Civil War.
The Bloodline Civil War. Here we go. It's like war.
Although we are not remotely Samoan.
No.
It's white as snow itself.
So you're snowing?
Snowing.
No,
grab snow.
Snowing.
Just grab snow.
Oh gosh, I'm sorry.
You might know my third cousin Al.
Oh, I get it. This guy. See, that's what I'm saying. But so obviously you have the Usos versus Solo Sikoa and Roman Reigns, and one of the, best long-term storytelling we've seen in wrestling in years. You know, that's
how they did it back in the day.
Yep.
Legit storytelling over months.
It was just something.
I don't know how it happened.
It was something. It was really cool to just watch this match because honestly, so if you want to know where some of the time went for these other matches, it went there. 32 minutes long. This match went based off the time because we kept looking like this got to go for a while. And
this match did not have a lot to it.
No, there wasn't a lot.
It was a bare bones match.
Yep.
it wasn't bad. It had good psychology.
Yep.
And Reigns actually showed that he could do crowd psychology on that. I mean, he did a good job doing crowd psychology with that.
I'll tell you this: what this match did good is it made you not know who was going to win because there was so many false finishes.
Yeah, when they hit him like a double finisher, and I was like, "Oh yeah, it's over."
Yeah, when it was over, and then he hit him with the. They kept blocking the finisher, and then he hit him with the spear. And then
the spike.
And the spike, and then he put the double pin, which is what he did at WrestleMania against Edge and Daniel Bryan, Roman Reigns. So I'm sitting here like, done. Kicks out like, oh, it's not done. It's not done. It's like, so it was nice seeing that it was completely like didn't know. I did say the Usos were gonna win, but I once I saw the match, I was like,
I mean, yeah, that part I was like, oh shit! Like when he got knocked out, the referee got knocked out.
Oh yeah.
I was like, yeah, Reigns and Sikoa are gonna go over. I mean, but I'm glad that they kept the actual tag team strong in that sense. You're like, hey, the tag team won the tag team match. They just throw two people together.
Yeah, exactly. But it was just nice seeing that because now everything is it's set now to where it's all you have left now is you got Solo with Roman.
Yep. Or you don't know who knows what's going to happen after the Jey Uso Roman Reigns match. Maybe they'll get like knocked back into place. I have no idea.
Oh yeah, because remember he's Jey Uso now. Main event Jey. Bam. Main event Jey is
it started here on this podcast.
It did start here on this podcast that Sauce said that main event Jey will be coming back
in Jey
here. It almost took a year, but here we go. We're here.
I would give it 3 headlocks and a chop on that one because, like I said, it was a bare bones match, but they did a great job. The fans were into it. The false finishes caught me. I was so glad that there was not a run out.
Yeah, I'd say I'd give it a 4 headlock only because the match was good, but the psychology of it, everything was great, and the storytelling. Roman's really been one thing he
upped his game. He upped his game on it.
The best thing that he's improved on, besides just his delivery on the mic,
less is more.
His facial reactions. Coming from someone that myself, I do some acting and whatnot on the stage and whatever else. I mean, even though it's small stage, it's all about your facial reactions.
Yeah,
that's all they got to work off of.
His older matches, you could tell he wasn't jaw jacking at people. Like he's talking to them in the ring, talking crap.
He's hollering at them.
Yeah, and I'm like, okay.
You know what? There is something cool though that happened. So a big thing in wrestling, again, also coming from in my very, very, very semi wrestling career, and this guy's actual wrestling career. One thing, and correct me if I'm wrong, if you're basically losing the match, you close your eyes. Dunzo.
That giveaway, you shouldn't do that.
You shouldn't, but that's
give you trade secret. You can hear the mat next to you when the referee smacks it. So sell it more.
Yeah.
Like I film indies as well, and I can't tell how many indie shows I go to, and I'm got the camera on the guy. He's like, "Oh, coming down!" Dude, yeah. All right, I gotta edit this. I don't know.
Oh my gosh! No, you know what you can do? You can just do what they did in Blade 2.
But wear sunglasses?
Where Wesley Snipes refused in the coroner scene in Western Blade 2, where he refused to close his eyes for the scene, so they had to digitally CGI his eyes because he refused to close his eyes during the scene while he was laying on the table. It's on the slab. Yes. So tell me how ridiculous.
So weird.
Yeah. You know what?
That's so weird. That's so weird.
I'd still be all for him coming back in the MCU.
I wouldn't mind that.
Secret Wars, let's go. Back. But anyways. But what my whole point was at the end, they did catch some videos of when Jey pinned him. He said, "I love you, Jey." He said, "I love you, Jey," as he was being pinned. Roman said that to Jey. So I thought that was just nice.
Killed all the illusion, homie.
You killed it. You killed the illusion. But
I honestly thought Kayfabe is dead now, Doc, because of you. Kayfabe is now dead.
No, it's been dead. They just threw gas on it and set it on fire.
Well, don't worry. I'm still getting my stuff together. I'll be talking to you guys later this year. We're going to do, I know it came later, but it's in later anyways, the Wrestling 101 class of basically all wrestling tropes and rules in wrestling.
I would love to do a category show.
That would be great.
I would like to do little categories every show. And then if you guys got a category out there, drop it in the chat. Let us know.
Oh, for sure.
We would love to talk about it.
Absolutely. But as for the whole show together, Sauce, I see you put. Well, first off, you put 4.5. That was your score for this one, for this match.
Oh yeah,
that's what I thought. You had said that. You know what? It was entertaining.
I would say mine's a 3 and a chop.
Oh, 3 and a chop. Okay,
yeah,
3 and
that's what the average is. I'm looking at the column right there, and
I'd say I'm going to go.
I'm no math magician.
Oh, and I don't do math on my days off. That's just nah, don't do that. But if I had to say, I'd say 3.5. I'd say a 3.5 for the overall.
All right. Unanimous.
I like that. I like it. So again, the show's in London. The crowd was hot for it because they love
you know who the London crowd was hot for.
LA Knight. They were so hot for
that was the loudest pop of the night.
Here's what was crazy. When he was fighting Butch, and Butch got a massive pop, Pete Dunne. When they were fighting, then they were cheering more for LA Knight. So that just tells you how much, and
I need to slap a rocket on his ass.
Yep. So, but I'll tell you right now, it was a pretty good show. London made it good. I'm all about it. So, but now we're just gonna go into this, and this will be relatively quick. Let me just put it that way, but you wrote so much, Sauce. You wrote so much. So, but I appreciate it.
Well, this is the card.
I know. Yeah, I know. A couple of those matches I think are the pre-show. So I'm
all right.
If I go over and I don't go over it, then we'll figure it out. But
are we going to be doing our predictions on this?
I mean, we can. It's fine.
Okay.
So what I have here basically is we got Jonathan Gresham versus Mike Bailey, Kevin Knight, Angels, and Kushida in the Ultimate X match for number 1 contender of the X Division title. So we're bringing back Ultimate X. Look, the short answer, I'm all about it. Ultimate X was a great idea back in the day. Then they had to tweak it, thank God, so it would be easier to actually get out of this cage.
See, having seen Kushida's work, I think he needs to win this.
Personally, I think Kushida does. I loved Kushida in New Japan when we wasted him in NXT. He was wasted.
Yeah,
that I did not like that. Oh, so personally, even though I like Bailey, whatnot, Kushida's got to win this, personally.
I did not know that D'Amore was booking himself in the match.
Oh, yeah, Scott D'Amore is definitely in this match.
Was he one of those guys that said, yeah. I never want to be one of those bookers that put myself and stuff?
I know, and it's crazy because I remember just talking to him years ago, and then you, of course, the same thing. It's like seeing them again just on TV.
And man, I went to his school for a little while.
Yeah.
It was close by. They had a ring.
Yeah. Now, Gresham would be cool to see, too, but Gresham's just so small. I'm sorry. He's just so tiny.
Yeah.
You're such a tiny guy.
He's a little guy.
You just want to be like...
grab him and pinch him by his cheeks.
Pop, pop.
Tiny. Pop, pop,
tiny. Pop, pop. So I'm going with Kushida, obviously, for that. So I know Sauce doesn't know a few of the guys here, but he knows enough of these guys. But who would you have win this?
Oh, I'm going with Gresham, baby.
Gresham, all right. And again, Ultimate X, like I said, if I remember correctly, it's the cage match. They have to escape the cage, and it's got the opening in the top, and they have to escape it or something.
Which is dumb. If I wanted to watch American Gladiators, I'd watch American Gladiators.
Right.
It's a freaking cage match. Get the hell out of the cage.
I know.
There's a little butthole on the top that you got to escape out of.
It really is.
It's a pucker up.
So you said Kushida?
Kushida.
This guy's got Kushida. This guy's got him. So,
and by the way, I am stealing this from a worker from the area. His name's James Alexander.
Oh,
I don't
okay.
know if you ever had the joy of watching the guy work. Severely underrated. He needs to be, well, not on Impact. He needs to be in NXT.
I know. I hear James and I think of Josh Alexander. It's like, that's not his brother, is it?
Very different.
He
Guy looks like powder.
looks like.
I mean, he's got like dark hair.
He looks like
very no tan.
Oh, here we go. CBM. I knew I could get CBM to talk if I brought up Slammiversary. So
Inescapable cage, not even.
Jeff Hardy could escape. Oh yeah. Hey, you know what? Just like on the first one they ever did, where they literally couldn't escape the match. No one could escape, and they had to go to commercial break. Oh man. But so moving on with that, we do have the Coven of Taylor Wilde and Kylie King versus Killer Kelly and Masha Slamovich. Now,
I don't know them. I'm gonna go with the Coven because they sound cool.
I'll tell you right now, the one time I actually know somebody, because what here is Killer Kelly is actually pretty good, and Masha Slamovich, she's a beast. She actually was just former GCW champion, actually.
Wait a minute, did she have the Russian gimmick?
Yeah.
I'm gonna change my thing.
And now this guy changed it. He has now changed it. So that's for the Impact World Tag Team Championship. So there. And I'll tell you, like I said, I don't really know much of the Coven, but I do know that Impact Wrestling over the past few years and TNA had put some good women's wrestling out there. So,
yeah, I cannot go up and Gail Kim went there, and she.
You didn't want to eat the feet. You didn't.
I want to eat the feet.
No,
I'm not big on feet.
Oh
no, Slamovich.
Oh, he did change it. He changed it to Slam. Once I brought up the Masha Slamovich,
I forgot about
this guy changed it.
I forgot the Russian.
All right.
So personally, I think they should. And mind you, Masha Slamovich and Killer Kelly are they're not champions. So, and then we do have, let's see who we have. We got CBM here with Killer Kelly and Masha Slamovich. We're feuding. This may be one of those parejas incredibles where tag teams are made that normally would not happen, which guess what? Obviously, we know from the past that could work out very well.
Valid point. It's that, oh my God, it's the Odd Couple. Oh, look at us.
Yep, here we go. It's like, we are one.
Oh my God, you're so dirty and I'm so clean. Yeah.
And that, you know what, that works. And I'm all about that, you know.
The best example is Goldust and Booker T. That is the best Odd Couple pairing
Candido
ever.
Lance Storm. Candido Lance Storm. They were great. Even Sheamus and Cesaro at the beginning, they were booked to not like each other at all. Like they got so remember he would come out and he would move past him and be like, get out of my way.
Then they started wearing kilts.
Then they were good. They started wearing
dresses. Yeah.
So I think that you're going to see a title change here, especially on arguably their biggest show of the year. So, but moving on to the next match, we do have still with the company, Eddie Edwards versus Frankie Kazarian.
Oh,
look at these two guys, these veterans right here.
Kazarian's going to go over.
I mean, it's crazy. This match right here, I could have said right now 10 years ago, and that would have been a normal match on this card.
Yeah, I mean, Kazarian's still solid, and so is that Eddie. I mean, they both are good wrestlers.
Yeah, I would have to say on this, I'm definitely going to go with Kazarian. I think Kazarian would win this. It was going to win this.
Yeah,
but
is he the one that asked for his release from AEW, or did they say, "Hey, we got nothing for you"?
That I'm not sure. I do know it was. I thought it was one of the Undisputed Era that asked for it, because that's why he jumped over to their show.
Oh,
I can't remember exactly, but Kazarian, he was there briefly and then he left. He could have asked for it because if he wasn't getting work done, then maybe you have to ask for a release. I don't know. All the other people there and AEW does.
I agree. Eddie does look like he's been under the water for a month, all bloated, but the man can still move. Hey, American Wolves, baby. Let's go. Oh my gosh. So you got Kazarian on this one?
Yeah, we got it. So yeah, CBM here with Kazarian asked for his release. So you were right there.
That's what I thought.
That's what you thought. I couldn't remember exactly on that. So on this match though, what do you got? What do you got, Sauce?
Only because I see him wrestle AEW. Once or twice I'm going with Kazarian.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going off this, and then I'll go back to those other ones. So next match we do have here is we do have A, B, C of Ace Austin and Chris Bay, the Bullet Club Impact. You know, where Bullet Club, where the ABC Bullet Club faction,
I
sub-faction.
see them retaining
Against what is it, Brian Myers and Moose, and then Rich Swann and Sammy Callahan, and versus the subculture of the returning Mark Andrews, or not, in Flash Morgan Webster. 4-way tag team match for the World Tag Team
That's just
Championship.
so busy, man.
Well, anytime you have a 4-way tag team match, it is, unless it's elimination style, which all this says is 4-way tag match. I really hope this is elimination, but it might not be.
See, I think elimination matches are so much better when it's a 4-way thing.
Yeah.
Because I know you can totally save face with your main tag team or your main heels by not having them take the pin in the match. But give us more. They knocked out 3 other teams by pinning them.
Yep.
It just shows dominance.
Well, you know what's funny you mentioned that. When I was watching all the WrestleManias going up to this upcoming WrestleMania, I noticed that for several years in a row, you would have like a fatal 4-way tag team match to throw in as many teams in on WrestleMania to get them on the card. Some years it was elimination. Some years it was just first pinfall. And
you can always have a pre-show.
Exactly. So to me, that was it was a little annoying. I was annoyed.
Yes, I was annoyed.
So right now, seeing this personally, it's a little odd with Brian Myers and Moose. Seemed like that's an odd couple. Haven't been watching.
That's what I'm going with.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go with Chris Bay and Ace Austin.
Chris Bay, Ace Austin. You know what?
Has nothing to do with them.
You know what? I'm actually gonna go with let's see. I'm gonna go with subculture. Believe it or not, I'm going to go with Mark Andrews and Flash Morgan Webster. Because you have the returning Mandrews, baby. Let's go. I mean, that's probably not going to win. But you know what? I'm all for it. Let's see what happens. On that. And then this is the one we were talking about before. So now you have for the X Division Championship, Michigan's own Chris Sabin.
I love that guy. That guy is a gem.
Yep.
I know him. He's a good dude.
He is going to face.
He's going to retain.
Oh, against, his back out of retirement.
For the 15th time.
Leo Rush.
Not saying Leo Rush isn't a good worker, but he's like that. I don't know which Mexican wrestler it was that they forced him to retire because he kept on doing retirement tours.
I don't know. Hey, there you go. CBM. Who was the Mexican wrestler that wrestled so many retirement tours they forced to retire?
They literally forced him.
Because I am not sure. But
I don't remember who it was, but I remember he's like, it's his 8th retirement tour.
So I'll tell you right now, what annoys me is, look, you have this match announced.
Oh, Sauce is going with Rush on this.
Oh!
And he's going to retire by the time we end.
He's going to retire. He's going to retire. Is he going to drop the belt? Is he going to drop the belt, retire, and be like, I'm done? And then he'll show up on AEW.
Yes.
So, because you remember, he's the man of the hour, right? He's the man of the hour. Yeah. When I saw this match announced, I was a little like, really, like, out of all the talent you have.
It's like Saturday morning event. You remember the Saturday morning WWF shows?
Yeah.
Yeah, like it was always some like Steve Daniels versus Razor Ramon. I mean, I can't do that though because nobody expected the 1-2-3 kid to beat him.
Yeah.
Bad example. Don't listen to this guy.
Don't listen to this guy. This guy.
It was Maximo.
There we go. So what we like our fans. I believe it was Maximo.
Oh, real quick, time out, fellas.
Breaking news.
I just looked up, and we have Carmelo Hayes Wesley versus Judgment Day. They're wrestling on NXT.
But we don't get that tag. We don't get the North American title on the line, man.
I just looked up. I was like, wait, what the hell?
You know what? They're pushing it, man. And it's not a bad thing. I don't think it's a bad thing.
What?
That Judgment Day is actually wrestling in a tag match against Carmelo Hayes and Wesley on NXT right now.
Yeah.
You know, so I don't think it's a bad thing they've been doing that personally.
They're
But
getting Dom a lot of work.
they're giving a lot of work.
They're really molding him. They expect him to be the next Eddie.
Right. For this match, Saban's got to win. I mean, Leo Rush, again, not dogging his talent. And it's more so about the fact that this guy won't stop retiring. Retiring. I mean, let me put it this way. This is the same guy that I watched on the Challenge show. There's a show called The Challenge on MTV. It's been on for like 400 years, whatever it's been on. He was on the show, and then he was on like 2 or 3 episodes, and then it was too much, and he had to quit. Yeah. So basically, he quits everything. He quits that. He quits this. He retires from wrestling.
You don't put the belt on people.
So don't put the belt on him because he'll literally quit and then go somewhere else.
That's why I hope they put the belt on him so he quits with the belt.
And guess who's at? Hey, you know what? Guess who's at that GCW show the day before SummerSlam? Leo Rush. He is scheduled to be at that show.
And he'll quit there. And he'll quit there too.
He will quit there too. You know what?
Okay, we got the.
So now we have. Now this is the funny one. There we go. So we have the match that I know this guy is so excited for. You have Bully Ray and Diener versus Scott D'Amore and To Be Announced.
Well, it depends on who it is.
But Darren McCarty of the Detroit Red Wings is the special guest referee.
Oh, geez, I wonder why.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to give obviously Scott D'Amore's gonna go over.
Whoever
is
out.
a TBA announced person.
So I don't know who he's gonna be TBA. Anybody out there that's commenting, who do you think is gonna be TBA? Because I don't know.
We don't think it's Maximo.
We don't think it's Maximo. No. But at this point,
it's anybody's guess.
It is, and I'm just whatever. The fact that Scott D'Amore is actually in a match these many years later, it's crazy to me. It's crazy.
Well, I mean, he started booking down there, and then he became a manager.
Yep. Oh, and this show is in Toronto, Ontario, too.
Oh, this show's in Ontario?
Yes, this show is in Toronto, Ontario. This is the Slammiversary. So that tells you right now. Oh, we got CBM PCO. PCO could happen. That could absolutely happen because as of right now, he is not on the card. So
no, I will agree with this one.
All right. You know what? Eddie Kingston shows up for no reason. Eddie Kingston for no reason shows up.
That weird spinning backhand.
There we go.
Oh, I thought my mom's mad at me.
So,
Ontario is in Windsor.
And then I thought it was Windsor. No,
Windsor is in Ontario.
No, I said Toronto. That's what
I said. Toronto.
Windsor. I believe it. CBM, you are correct. It is Windsor. I had said Toronto, but I meant just Ontario.
Well, you talking about across the street from Detroit, Windsor?
Yeah, absolutely.
Where
do you think
go over there and watch it?
Man, Scott D'Amore.
Yep,
he worked with that. So,
we can go over there this weekend and go watch it.
I know, right?
You guys have fun.
So with this match, I don't even know what I put. Oh, McCarty. I like that. We all win because Darren McCarty's going to show up with his Red Wing jersey or a variation of it, or just red and white. I don't know, something like that. But I'm going to say it's got to be Scott D'Amore and whoever the TBA, because in Canada, Bully Ray's working as the heel.
Yeah.
No, it's got to be Scott D'Amore's going to win.
Yep.
So that's what I got to say for that. So moving on, we do have the women's title match, which is Deonna Purrazzo versus Trinity, formerly known as the Naomi in WWE. So
I see Deonna going over.
It'll be interesting to see. Now, I'm not sure. This has got to be one of her, not her first match, but this is one of her first matches back.
Yeah, they're not going to just. This isn't Japan. Well, it's trying to be. They're not just going to give her the title as soon as she comes into this promotion. Be like, oh, here you go.
Right.
You guys are that much better than us.
Yeah, it's hard to say. I think what'll happen is this. I want the match to be good. I want them to be a good, fluid match. I want them to work real well together. But honestly, Purrazzo I still think will go over. If they really think that Trinity star power is enough, they might give it to her. But I do see actually a good thing here from what CBM's saying. I see Giselle Shaw interfering, causing Trinity to lose. To me, that makes sense to further that storyline with Giselle Shaw and Trinity and pushing forward with that. I'm all for that. That actually would work storyline wise. So then you're not immediately giving the title to Trinity, but Purrazzo making them work for it. Because Purrazzo is great worker from everything I've seen. So I would have to go with Purrazzo is going to retain that title against Trinity. So for sure. All right, so there's a couple on here that. So if you scroll back down, Sauce, back down.
Yes.
Oh, there you go. So the way I think it might be pre-show, but since we have it's for the digital title, the Impact Digital Media Championship, we have Joe Hendry versus Kenny King. This guy, Mr. Bachelor himself, Mr. Chippendales himself, Kenny King.
I see Joe Hendry retaining on this.
Oh yeah. So Sauce, I don't know if you've seen anything about this internet media or digital media championship that Impact does. So think of literally Zack Ryder's old internet championship he used to do. Yep. That's the same thing.
It's the new age $1 million belt, basically.
Yes, it's a belt that really doesn't have like a good and much power, but to the 2 or 3 people that feud for it, it means something.
Yeah, like
right.
Well, it's more prestigious than the hardcore because only a couple of a handful of people go for it.
Yeah.
The it's not as watered down as like the 24/7 time.
Oh God.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, in that match, Kenny King is not winning. Because if Kenny King won that, then I'd feel really bad for him because he couldn't hack it on the Chippendales and he couldn't hack it on the Bachelor. Or whatnot. So
it's a gimmick match.
It's a gimmick match. So I'm sorry, but I have to go with Joe Hendry for sure. And then we do have again, I believe it's going to be on the pre-show, but we'll cover it anyways. We have the Death Dolls of Courtney Rush and Jessica, which is the former Jessica Havoc,
and Jody Threat.
Oh yes, and Jody Threat versus Giselle Shaw, Savannah Evans, and Jai Vidal.
Jody's a friend, and I really hope they put her over there because she's a good worker.
And I like that. So the stuff I've seen so far with the Death Dolls, I kind of like what they've been doing now with it, but it's really weird seeing Jessica Havoc in a weird, different kind of in this different role for her that I remember her seeing
it's fun
10 years ago.
Yeah, it's fun seeing people take out of their comfort zone.
Yes.
I purposely try to do that.
But yeah, so that's to me, Death Dolls. I think Death Dolls should win this.
I agree.
Yeah, but that's basically what I would say for that.
Yeah, sure.
Here we go. Oh, here we go. So I'm going to leave it here because this guy's waiting for this match all night right here.
Oh, this guy is just trying to go against the grain on this shit. Dude, so I do not see Shelley retaining. Aldis is coming in, he's going to steamroll him. I don't think he's going to smoke him in the match, but I see Aldis. Shelley's an interim champion. That's all he is.
Yeah.
I don't even get into it. You know my feelings about the guy. He's a dick.
Yeah. Yeah, so this guy is not really a fan of Alex Shelley.
I train with the guy. He keeps lying about who's the first guy that trained him.
Yep. Oh, yeah, that doesn't surprise me. Yeah, wrestlers lying about something or another once they got popular.
That never happens.
Oh, never happened.
No. Oh Lord. Oh Lord.
Oh Lord.
But yeah, obviously,
the guy comes from a 3-year champion, NWA World Champion. He comes into this, they're not going to have a jab out.
They're not going to have Alex Shelley definitely was the transitional type champion for sure for Nick Aldis.
Been there. So. Yeah, he's been there for a while. They're like, hey, you know what? Here, Jim Duggan. Here's your TV title.
Yep.
Or world title, wherever it is.
No, it's absolutely what it was. And, Nick Aldis is going to come in there. He's going to win. He's going to win convincingly, too. And
I agree. Under that, or Saban's going to try and interfere.
Yeah.
To help him. I don't know. Are they heels or faces?
Well, that's the thing. They were definitely cheered as faces at the last show when they walked out as both champions. So I'm not sure who actually would be the face in this.
Well, I see a feud happening between the two of them now.
Yeah.
That's what they want. That's what they've been pushing.
Yeah. Well, they really want to push him.
They want to push Saban.
They want to push him exactly because when Saban was he was former TNA champion. Yes. So former world champion. I mean, he was pushed too early because obviously they did that with Eddie Edwards. They did that too early too.
Because reasons.
Well, that was dumb too because when he had him beat Lashley, it was not even realistic, man. It wasn't even like in the realm of being realistic.
It's like the whole thing they did with James Ellsworth. Remember when he beat
No,
he
wait, hold on.
He beat AJ Styles, right? How did he beat?
Yeah.
How did he beat AJ Styles?
I don't.
No, he has two hands and a fighting chance.
That's exactly what he said. But it was always Dean Ambrose screwing him over. That's what it was.
So we got CBM here with it. Looks like an answer for us. They are faces, but perhaps Alex Shelley will turn heel. Saban will interfere, but mess up, causing Aldis to win.
I really hope he doesn't break his leg in the match. I just really hope it doesn't happen. I said it. I said I hope he does.
He doesn't. Yeah, we hope he doesn't. There we go. See, look at that. He can be a nice guy.
I am a nice guy. I'm a super nice guy.
This guy can be a nice guy. It changes to nice guy. Like out here, bad guy next time. All the guys.
I was just joking about that. Nobody ever gets hurt in the ring. I was just kidding about that, but I still don't like the guy.
No, he for sure. I like what Saban was saying. I think that could be a good way for Saban to come out to help his buddy, and it doesn't work out, and he wins, and then he's mad at him, and that causes a heel turn. They could even feud against each other at that point, which is they could do that.
That's great. Yeah.
Regardless, they're probably going to be some kind of returns or something here that's going to be a big deal because it's obviously their biggest show of the year, at least second biggest show. This and Bound for Glory are their two big shows.
I thought Bound for Glory was their biggest one.
Yeah, that's where it gets confusing. Bound for Glory was like basically their first big show, and then when they made Slammiversary, that was the anniversary of TNA as a company. I
thought their home base was in Florida.
It was.
It was now moved back up here?
Well, yeah, because after all the years and the different owners with Anthem and the Owl. Oh, the Owl. Yes. Yeah, it's definitely moved a lot, but they now do a lot of their stuff up here because of the Canadian connection with Scott D'Amore and the Border City Wrestling and all around here. So I think it's closer proximity for a lot of other wrestlers to work from.
Gotcha.
But yeah, so guess what? A lot of wrestling again. And again, next few weeks, we've got a lot of stuff coming up. I mean, they're already starting to build up for SummerSlam. SummerSlam's already got a few matches basically kind of already inked, ready to go. We're getting a rubber match, guys.
Cody versus Brock.
And most likely a Texas bull rope match.
I would love that.
Actually, they need to call it the Detroit bull rope match, and I'll die.
I will die. We will be in attendance there.
We will be there.
We'll have SummerSlam. We'll have your on-site reporter, Sauce.
There we go. But if they should do something like that, because imagine the bull rope, and you see Lesnar like whip him over down, and then Cody has to tie him up like an AT from like Star Wars to take him down. And I don't know. So obviously, some other matches ain't down right now.
No, I guarantee you there'll be a world heavyweight match.
That's what I was talking about earlier. Seth Rollins is not even on inked in a match yet for it, and the tag team titles are not even inked.
What's very inspiring is SummerSlam's in Detroit this year, right?
Yes.
And then right around in November, Survivor Series is in Chicago.
It's in Chicago.
The Midwest is dripping with all that pay-per-view action.
I love it. And speaking about Seth Rollins, I have to get this in before we get close. Is on Raw. Seth Rollins came out with his drip and he was eating chicken wings. He came out with a thing of chicken wings and he's like doing his promo while some chicken wings are popping out of his mouth and he's like, ha ha. And I'm sitting here going, why eat the chicken wings? It's because he's in the commercials for everyone
eating chicken.
So I'm just like, You know what? I don't even. He loved it too. He probably said it was his idea. He's like, give me the chicken wings. Give me those right now.
Yeah.
So Seth could make anything work, man. I just couldn't stop laughing when I seen that. But yeah, so we got a lot of stuff. Next couple weeks coming up, we do have going into NXT with the Great American Bash show, and then of course the Summerslam show, and then at the end of August, AEW, their all-in show that, mind you,
where's that at?
Wembley Stadium
In England.
What, 75,000 tickets sold for a show that has no matches booked yet?
I wonder, why did they try to push WrestleMania being in England so bad?
Right. They had John Cena come out. John Cena came out to push it. And I'm telling you, it's not going to happen. I'm sorry. It's not going to.
You don't know. I mean, we don't know. We're speculating here.
We are speculating. But
listen, we've had hardcore fans go to Saudi Arabia, so
that's true.
It's true.
If Green Shirt guy goes to Saudi Arabia, man, that's fine.
Wait, Green Shirt guy went there?
Yeah, I think he went. I think he went there.
Wow.
He might. Well, one of the shows. One of the shows he went there.
We should have that kind of disposable income.
Yeah, I don't know what that guy does, but it's illegal. I'm pretty sure.
Pretty illegal.
It's pretty illegal. But so this is the part of the show that we usually do what's called the Heat of the Week. Do you remember how this works? It's basically something a wrestler or in general something for this past week
stuck out
that we like. They stuck out in a good way. Yeah. A good way. Promo, wrestling match, anything and everything. So what do you got?
Me?
Yeah, we're gonna go with you. You're the guest.
Okay.
This guy.
This guy is ready to say, I'm ready to speak. It's good and bad what I'm going to choose.
Oh, no, that's fine.
Okay, so, and like I said, I'm a complete mark for LA Knight. And when he came out and beat up Hit Row, but the thing was, it just kind of came out of nowhere.
Yep.
And I'm like, oh, I'm a face now. I'm going to go beat up Hit Row for no reason, just for trash.
Well, beating up Hit Row is just great.
For beating up,
that's great to do. Everyone should beat up Hit Row all the time. The biggest heel could meet up Hit Row, and that'd be great.
Yeah, I mean, like the pop was great again.
Yep.
And like I read in the sheets that it said like they have no choice but to turn LA Knight face. Well, and I'm like they do have a choice. To put on
that incident happened before the show even aired, and then they aired it as a digital exclusive, and apparently it got more hits than every single thing on the show by a massive amount. And it shows you they don't put those digital features on there unless it got a massive amount of traction. So right. Yeah, but you're right. It was funny because anytime Hit Row gets beat up or we got Botch Dollar. We got Botch Dollar.
Botch Dollar. Oh God,
that guy.
He pushed.
Now you're this guy, but that guy we don't.
Oh no, this guy.
So Sauce, we don't like that guy. This guy's cool. Don't like that guy.
Thanks, fellas. I like you guys too.
But yeah, that LA Knight, of course. Hey, I gotcha. LA Knight. Yeah. Let me talk to you. Yeah. Oh, we got a back here too. That's what I like to hear.
Producer Holly, yeah.
Yes. But what do you got for your Heat of the Week?
I just wanted my Heat of the Week is these guys at THQ Nordic. This is no way, shape, or form a sponsor. No way. This is not what it is. They finally gave me a wrestling game I can take on the go, and it doesn't play like absolute booty cheeks. Shout out to the guys at THQ. Shout out to Kenny Omega for probably, having them work ungodly hours and whatnot, and so on and so forth. But I will say, I'm enjoying the game. Once again, I purposely bought the worst version, which is the Switch version on purpose. But I just want to see, if it can perform while I'm on the go. If I can take other people's houses, we can play a few matches. Yep. That's all I need. So my Heat of the Week, those guys at THQ.
Hell yeah. Now I got to have a chat here, and this is absolutely true. This is from CBM. Kevin Nash just ripped on LA Knight on his little podcast with Sean Oliver, saying that he sounds like The Rock, forgetting that The Rock trained LA Knight when he was Eli Drake. And Kevin Nash is trying to get relevant is what he's trying to do.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, I mean, and I guess thank you, because The Rock was like the gold standard for doing promos for a long time.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
And they said, oh, he's a mixture of Rock and Austin. And I'm like, you're comparing them to two really good guys. I mean, I don't know where you're going with this.
Yeah. And another thing, too, there was a short-lived show that was on TV called The Hero, I think it was called, The Rock's show. And LA Knight was on the show for it. So that's how everything kind of like meshed at that point with him. Yeah, Kevin, I read that same thing from Kevin Nash. And I'm sorry, Kevin Nash, what do you do? You're not doing anything now. Go tear a quad. I'm just saying, come on. You sound like an angry old man that's past his prime and mad that everyone else is getting notoriety. Oh wait, that is true, isn't it? Oops. But yeah,
it doesn't look good on you, Kevin.
It doesn't really. No, it's the same thing with Dutch Mantel. Oh, Dominic they gave Dominic my name. It's like, but no.
What are you talking about? I use the clothesline.
I
use the clothesline. How dare they?
They can't use the clothesline. Nobody uses that. Yeah, that's tantamount to how much
they're stealing my Irish whip.
he's not even Irish.
He's not even Irish.
Oh my gosh! And then don't even get me started with the Samoan drop. Oh.
I don't think I've ever seen a person that wasn't Samoan that do that.
Oh, that's true. That's true. Because they make sure to say it now, though.
Oh, yeah.
Say it.
I'll take a page out of Dragon Ball Z and be like, it's the Saiyan drop.
The Saiyan drop. Oh, I see what you did there.
What is your heat?
Oh, my heat of the week. So, man, there's a few things to choose from, honestly, but man, I am going to go with. Actually, I'm going to go with something different because I actually completely forgot to bring up this return, but Drew McIntyre returned at the Money in the Bank show, and he came out at the end of the match with Gunther and Riddle. So it was nice to see that because, one, we've been saying where the hell he's been out for months. Obviously, if you believe dirt sheets, he's talking about a contract dispute. Don't like to talk about dirt sheets, but now it seems more and more likely that could have been it. Yeah. Now he's back. He either has a contract or he does, or a new contract, or he doesn't. But the fact that he's on TV now, got to win on Raw tag match, and now they're lining him up to face Gunther. I like it. I like this because there's two outcomes on this. They still probably want to keep belt on Gunther until September-esque when that'll beat Honky Tonk Man's record.
You think they want to beat Honky Tonk, the greatest Intercontinental Champion of all time?
I think they do. I think they want him to have the record, and then what will happen is you have Gunther and McIntyre at SummerSlam, which again that's gonna be great. That's gonna be great. Then you can have a feud there. You can have 3 matches there right on the mat. You can have a back-to-back match or just one match. Be great. I'd love to see it. So, but to me, I'd say the returning McIntyre because they need to keep this guy kept them as the biggest face there, especially on SmackDown and also most in the company
during the pandemic.
He
carried on his shoulders.
Yep.
And I really think he needs to get that title run now.
Oh, in front of people.
He had in front of people.
Yeah, he should have won at Clash of the Castle. I'm sorry.
He should have.
But
they wanted Reigns to get 1,000 days.
I know. Oh, he just passed Hogan's record for the WrestleMania era record of 1,041 days.
He isn't gonna beat Hogan's original run.
Oh no, he's not gonna do that.
He's not gonna hold the belt for another 2 years.
No, he won't. No,
we're trying to top Bruno. I'm laughing.
Yeah, but that would be my heat of the week, and you know what? That's pretty good. I mean, like I said, we're just some Michigan boys talking about wrestling. We got Saucy over there. He's and then we got, and then this guy. This guy. Yeah,
this guy.
Wait, no, I like this. What? Now we gotta go over to the thing. We figured it out. Your air conditioning is like, what are you doing to me back there?
That should be my heat of the week. That AC unit right over there.
Nice.
On top of
Even
3
shoes.
crates.
Oh, and the shoes looking good
Keeping
too,
the
man.
shoes cool
Yep.
because the shoes are cool.
But on that note, fellas, anything else before we go?
I think I think we did a good job. I think it's always having a good time and having this guy on the show. Thank you very much, man.
If you want to see more of this guy,
yes, of course. But hey, you know what? It's all good. But you know what? As always, I'm Dr. Love. We got Sauce Bronson and this guy returning to the show. And he might be here for many more shows to come. So we'll see on that. But we do have at the end of the month our 1 year anniversary show, which, depending on what we're going to do, I think we might be reviewing, at least in part, our original show.
Oh, nice.
I think we're gonna do that. I mind you, I have not talked to Sauce about it, but I think it would be cool to have at least parts of it and reviewing it and us reviewing it as it's played. That would be cool. So, but on that note, we're gonna catch you guys. Make sure to just always love all the chats, and then we'll see you next week. Okay, guys.
And on that note, listen, y'all be happy, y'all be happy, y'all be healthy, but most importantly, be good.
Later.